Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Let me start with the Four of Swords. I feel like you are trying not to change your mind about something. Yeah. I feel like you've set your intention on something and you're trying to stick with it. But I feel as if you're starting to change your mind and you don't want to. Let's put this into a little bit of context. We've got the Prince of Pentacles. This is the energy that kind of wants to stay put, wants to stay fixed in this decision, right? There's no changing your mind here. You're trying to just do it, force yourself to get it done and to stay committed. And the Four of Wands down here now, that maybe this commitment that you have, this thing that you've committed to, that you show up every day to do, that you're starting to change your mind about, I think it's a temporary thing, and you're being advised to stick with it. Okay? Don't give up on it yet. And it may be a decision you made after quite an abrupt event in your life. Okay? Let's see what else we have going on. We've got the World, a Universe card, the Tower card. Oh, the Empress. Oh, yeah. The Hierophant, the very strong Taurus energy in your life right now. The Emperor. And see, now we've got the Knight of Wands with this Aries energy. We got the Prince of Pentacles and the Hierophant for the Taurus energy. We've got the Taurus archetype and the Taurus activated archetype. We've got the Aries archetype and the Aries activated archetype. And we end with a Two of Cups. I don't know what you're doing, but there's something involving an Aries person and a Taurus person, okay? And I don't know if you're trying to bring people together, I don't know what that energy's about exactly yet. I wonder if, I don't know. I don't know who those two people could be just yet. Yeah. It could be family members. Maybe there's an Aries and a Taurus in your life. We'll get there. We'll see how that might play out here. But with the major arcana energy that we see here, I feel like there is a big change that has kind of taken place in your life, right? We kind of see this tower as like a rocket ship, blasted you off into outer space. And you're starting to change your mind. Like I said at the beginning, it's kind of like, maybe I don't want to be up here. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's too open. Maybe it's too quiet, right? It's too quiet up there. I don't think there is sound in outer space, right? I don't know if my daughter and I, she's 3.5 years old, and we were talking about that. If things make a sound in outer space, I don't think that they do. So if we think about things colliding, if we think about all of the just massive energy that's out there, is it absolutely silent? That's startling, right? We started the conversation because we were thinking of sharks. And we were wondering, do sharks make a noise? Do they have any kind of vocalizations? I never Googled it or looked it up. I just kind of said, I don't think they do. But we'll find out. And so we think of that like a shark just being absolutely silent as its jaws are like wide open and it's trying to consume food and stuff. Kind of a scary thing, yeah. So I kind of feel like we're suspended in that 0G, and It's silent, and we're just thinking, I don't. It's like when you get to the top of a roller coaster, and you're just about to go, and you're like, I don't know that I want to be here. Can I go home? But I think we can't. Yeah, I think we're seat belted in. We're strapped into this, and I think that you need to see it through, because on the other side of that hill is this Empress energy. Okay, this I think is the really important advice here. Stick with this. It will be over soon, and you will be at this Empress energy. The thing that you committed to, the decision that you made, is the right one. It's leading to such wonderful, absolutely wonderful things for you. Right now, you're at that point where it seems scary. You want to go home. Yeah. Do you have a fear of flying? No, you don't have a fear of flying. You don't have a fear of heights. It's the falling. You don't mind being up high looking down. You don't like the part where you go down and your stomach kind of comes up to your throat, I think it's the falling part that really gets you. I don't know if you've been having dreams of falling or something like that lately. I feel like there's been kind of this recurring kind of fear or some subject like that I think is kind of just keeps coming back, keeps coming up in your mind, or maybe in a dream or something like that. Let's select the mystery card before I forget. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and we're just going to find one. We're going to set it aside over here. We're going to put Mr. Tao, the Yin Yang Duck, right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it as a group exercise of intuition. All right? Okay, let's look around again. We've got major, major, major. So if we stay on this roller coaster, we're ending in this is wonderful. And of course, we have more major and major arcana over here. And then let's see what else we have. Fire, obviously. We've got a little bit of water. We've got a little bit of air. We've got a little bit of earth. So it's fairly balanced. I feel like it's very heavy on the major arcana, which does tell me that you are on the path you're supposed to be on. That even if you wanted to change your mind, things are already rolling. You're already strapped in. You've already got the harness on, and you're at the very top of the hill. All you can do is maybe try to enjoy it. Maybe close your eyes. I feel like right now in your life, you don't like anything that you can't control. You don't like the idea that you're strapped into something and it's moving and you can't control the vehicle. You can't stop it or get out or go home, right? For whatever reason, right now, you don't like being out of control. Yeah. And maybe that's the Emperor energy in the environment there, that you want to have the final say over what happens to you. And, I think like you don't even want other people to drive you around in the car. You don't want to be the passenger. Well, at least then car stops, you can get out, right? That sort of thing. You like to be the one driving, though. And I don't think it's always been that way for you, but lately I feel that's happening more and more. Let's talk about the Tower. Tower event, big disruption in your life lately. Recently, maybe the last 4 weeks. I feel like something happened that you had no control over. It was a big thing. I don't know if you lost somebody. It could be that you lost like an older male energy, maybe dad, maybe grandpa, maybe an older sibling. I feel like they were kind of a security for you. That they were a very strong, supportive person, very wise. And I'm getting a P name. I'm getting a P, and then I think it's a T or a Z. Kind of has that combined, TZ kind of energy, the sound to it. But I feel like it was an abrupt thing. Yeah. And it shook things up. Yeah. Tower moment. But I think this happened when you're right in the middle of something. Right in the middle of some kind of relationship thing, or in the middle of a career thing, in the middle of a school thing. And I kind of feel like that's why we're up here at the top of this hill, and we're in this universe world energy, and it could be that suddenly we feel the silence. Somehow now we feel how alone and how isolated and how cold and how quiet it is up here. Yeah. Which I think it has been. But I think with this kind of tower event, it's kind of like after all that chaos has kind of settled down, now we kind of feel like we're up here by ourselves. Yeah. And I'm really sorry. If this is true, I'm really sorry for your loss. Truly. But Spirit right now is saying, stay committed to what you're doing. Don't abandon these plans. Because I feel, for one thing, that it's something that is already set in motion. And part of that is what's bugging you, because you feel like, well, if I want to change, if I want to stop it, I should be able to stop it. If I want to get off the roller coaster, well, I should be able to. Right? Now, the interpretation that I'm hoping is true is that this is not the loss of a loved one, but that this is some sort of a sudden breakthrough in your career or your relationship or something like that happened really without you planning for it, without your knowledge. Suddenly, here is the situation, right? It was sprung on you at the last minute. And maybe that's the issue here, is that somebody else took it upon themselves to start a process, and you're kind of realizing that you're just kind of strapped into the passenger seat here. That you're not the one that's really in control. You're not the one making the decisions. I don't think you like that right now. Yeah. This is something very abrupt that is putting your life on this course that you didn't really agree to. Yeah. That, again, you were in the middle of doing something according to your plans, and then something abrupt happened, and you're really having some thoughts about it, okay? Spirit wants you to know that whatever this kind of chaos and this disruption is, it's a temporary thing. We have the Four of Wands underneath everything, and this is completion. This is saying that things are going to wrap up, that this ride, this roller coaster, is going to be over soon. Okay? This is Venus in Aries. This is the idea that, well, for one, there is, maybe this older male energy is the Aries energy. I feel like there's a lot of love there. It could even be like an older spouse or something. But I feel like there is a lot of love with that person. Okay, and I kind of feel, I almost more than even a family member, I feel like it's a spouse or something, right? You got that Venus energy kind of associated with them. I feel like they really want the best for you. Whether this is someone that started a process that you're involved with now, like maybe they just decided to buy a house and they didn't consult you first, right? I feel like they're doing it out of love. They don't have any kind of ill will toward you. Whoever this person, I think maybe they're an Aries person, but the Emperor card here in this position is just representing that kind of that older energy that has kind of taken control of things. Yeah, that is probably responsible for some of this disruption in some way. Or they're maybe not responsible for it, but they're associated with it. But Spirit's saying that there's a lot of love between the two of you, and that this situation is going to complete, right? This cycle is going to be over soon, and you're going to be the better for it. It's leading you to, this may be a very bumpy ride, but it's leading you to paradise. And the advice is to, well, strap yourself in, get ready, and keep going. Don't change your mind. Trust in the process here. Trust in the universe. Trust in yourself. And that's going to bring us, I think, over to the Hierophant and the path of the Serpent here. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Hierophant energy. First of all, I like that we have the Emperor and the Empress. That's the kind of divine couple, right? And I think it's really by the union of these two, right, with that Two of Cups, that we're getting our world in order, that we're getting this paradise that we want, we're getting this best life that that I think all of us wants, this fulfillment of our purpose. Yeah. But the Hierophant could be talking about some sort of a teaching thing. Now, I don't know if you're a teacher or if you were a teacher, maybe this older energy was a teacher or a professor or something. There's something to do with education or school or university in this situation, in this family, with this person or with you. Okay. Also, do you make soap? Who's the one that's making like soap or some sort of, I don't know if it's like potpourri or incense or something. I feel like there's a lot of like very aromatic soap right now around you, or that you make those or something, or someone close to you makes soap. Yeah. I think it's really, it's an effort in your life right now to trust in the universe. I think that's kind of a big thing right now, especially when you're at the top of this roller coaster. You don't have a choice, right? And that bugs you, that you don't have a choice. So I think we're trying to tap into that part of our higher self, our own kind of internal Hierophant, our internal kind of spiritual guide that says, this is going to be okay. This is where we're meant to be. This has been ordained by the universe as something that you are to endure, and something that is leading to your best life, your paradise, right? The lack of control that we feel, and this is obviously taking us right into the Emperor energy. This might be part of the process for you, is specifically that idea of wanting to control everything, of wanting to always be in the driver's seat. It kind of feels like the universe is saying, hey, wait a minute, you know? And I feel if this is a father figure that has passed, I feel like they are still with you. I feel like they are still a guide for you. Yeah? Because the way that these two cards are kind of connected, and it's all connected to this over here, we have kind of the double Taurus energy, we have the double Aries energy. I feel like this person is still with you as a bit of a spirit guide, or still has this, I feel, it's kind of that talk to me goose kind of moment, right? I feel like you're still invoking their guidance. You're still asking for their wisdom, you know. What do I do now? What should I be doing? What is the right thing right now? Yeah. So in that sense, I feel like this person is still with you, still helping you, still encouraging you. And that might be where we're getting this activated Taurus energy that's saying, stay on course. This is okay. Take the ride. This is going to lead you where you need to be. Everything's all right. Yeah. Everything's more than all right. Okay. We see the Knight of Wands here. This is the position of what we don't want. And to me, this is kind of saying that we don't want to be out of control. This is the horse and the rider. To me, this card is like, we don't want to feel as if we're strapped to this horse and the horse has run off with us, and that we have no way to control this horse. But the secret of this card is that you and this horse are one. You and this life, you and this universe, you and this roller coaster, the same energy, the same being. Yeah. So we may not consciously or in our ego feel like we're in control, but we are. We are in control. It just might not be a conscious awareness of that control. Okay? If we are a reflection of the universe is in control. We are the microcosm of that. So therefore, we are in control. The ego sometimes fights that, doesn't like it, wants to change its mind, feels like maybe the ego's not in control. Yeah. maybe there's something there. So anyway, this kind of, the horse running off with us is the energy that we don't want. And that might be a little bit of ego. But what we see next, interesting, very interesting, is the Two of Cups. This is Venus in Cancer. Now, we had Venus in Aries here, showing that there is a love, there is a bonding between this, and it is something that is kind of promising because the Empress is the Venus energy, right? So this is something that says at the end of this roller coaster, at the end of this ride, you're going to be in this Empress card, in this Empress life, this, paradise kind of feeling. And what we have here as the final step is that Two of Cups, which is the Venus, but not in the Aries, not in this whole control issue, but in the opposite sign of Capricorn, in the Cancer energy, right? So it really is kind of this idea of uniting with the unconscious part of yourself. And maybe it is that realization that you are the universe and therefore you are in control of this. Maybe not the ego, right? But the Cancer, the sign of Cancer is your exact opposite on the astrological wheel. So it represents in a way your hidden self, your shadow self, your silent, unconscious being, right? And so this card is all about you uniting with that opposite shadow side of yourself, right? Your kind of alter ego in a way. And it might be the alter ego that is controlling the ship right now, or that is in charge of all of this. So if you integrate all of that, if you integrate all of this, maybe you will come to that realization that you are the universe. You are that world card. And that you are in control, but in a more holistic way, not in the ego. Yeah. So I think this is really acceptance in a way. This is you trying to come to the realization on that emotional, spiritual level that you are in control here and that this is meant for you and this is the right path and you are to stay the course and arrive at this Empress, destination. Yeah. Whoever this person is that we're talking about, I feel like they have something about their mouth. I don't know if they had interesting facial hair, or maybe like a scar or something distinct about like the lower part of the face, right? I'm being told that the mouth area is very significant. And sometimes these details come through as confirmations, validations, as synchronicities for some of you. All right? Well, let's look at the mystery card and see what this is going to reveal to us. Of course, I want to see some Cancer energy. Let's see the Chariot. Let's see the Knight of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. Oh, and no, it's an eight of wands. Well, it's okay. It's fire energy, showing everything going in a certain direction. This is kind of the certainty now that when you're at the top of that roller coaster hill, right? When things start going down, when you feel that like anti-gravity, it's going to be quick, right? It takes a long time as you're kind of chugging up the hill, but then once you get over the top, fast. This card's all about swiftness, but this is also about everything going in the right direction. All these arrows, javelins, staffs, wands are going in the same direction. The horse and the rider, same direction, right? And so this is kind of like, it may be scary, it may feel lonely. I think there's a lot of different feelings going on. But this is the idea that everything is here for a reason. Everything is happening. Everything is going right down toward that Empress energy. And it's going quick. And it may really give you that queasy kind of anti-gravity feeling in your stomach, but you're arriving at your destination. It will be fast. Yeah. And it will be worth it. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that's up here in the corner, or there's one down in the video description. New readings for Cancer every Thursday and Sunday, but I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me tomorrow. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.